What's up, movie Jewish Schmoedown fans? Yes, I'm still alive. Yeah, I've had a very rough couple of weeks. Couldn't watch any Schmoedown reactions, and couldn't watch any Schmoedown matches, I should say. And as you all know, if I can't react to them, I ain't gonna watch them. That's part of my whole gig. So, yeah, this one is between Chaos Theory and Pop Quiz. Chaos Theory is a new team for the Stars. Pop Quiz is a new team for Swag. And, like I said, I already missed a bunch of matches, and mostly for time constraints because of my new job. So, in an effort to watch this match and still make it to my job at the night shift, I'm gonna keep this brief. I'm rooting for the Stars because why not? The hell not? And yeah, let's go. I will be participating myself, but don't expect too many correct answers out of me. So here we go. I gotta finish this and get ready to work. So here we go. Doing Schmoedown reactions really sucks when you have a job, but I mean, such is the way of life. Okay.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. I am Mark Ellis alongside Settle the Score runner-up Andrew Guy, and what a matchup we have here today. It's a teams Division 1, and we love doing the teams matches simply because you get so many different personalities, an eclectic mix of knowledge, of taste, and when it all comes down to it, still a lot of correct answers. And so these teams were about to meet a lot of fans maybe for the first time. Chaos Theory and Pop Quiz, Andrew. They sound like fun teams.
Yeah, I love when teams make their debut in the Schmoedown. It's so exciting for me here on the desk as a fan, as a veteran in the league, to watch these players and how they navigate through these 3 rounds, how they use each other, how they stay in the game, what happens when they, hit a bump in the road, what do they do if they hit opponent's choice, which, I'm not going to put that hex on anyone, but all of these things matter. Who takes the 2, who takes the 3, and then who you go with when you're deliberating between a question in round 2 or maybe the 5-pointer. So I'm really excited just to get to see how these 4 competitors play the game today, man.
Yeah, if you talk about Chaos Theory, then you're of course referring to Jacoby Bancroft and Nick Harley of the Stars, and their chemistry seems, just from talking to them pre-show for a bit, on point, that they're going to complement each other well, but you cannot overlook Team Swag and who they're fielding today, because Pop Quiz features Jen Kemp and Vinny Mancuso. I mean, you look at these 2 competitors and you hear those names, you say, okay, well, wait a minute, which one is going to make that first step? We've already seen them play well singles, fielding questions. When it comes to teams, who's going to take that first leap into a larger world?
I'm glad that you brought that up, because that is the veteran team, even though we're having 2 teams make their Schmoedown debut. But you got to look at what Harley has been doing over in the First Class League. The guy's undefeated over there. He's been a force to be reckoned with, and I want to see how much that translates over to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, and then more importantly, how it works out in the teams division. They're very different things, as I've learned in my career and here at the desk. Sometimes it isn't always as easy to play teams or singles and vice versa.
And just like Nick Harley, this promo as to how we got here is pretty slick.
All right, so this is kind of interesting. You're Nick, right?
That is me, yeah. Hopefully you'll be seeing more of me in the FCL. Now I have something to aspire to. So
yes,
hopefully we get there.
Here's the thing. Owen Mugen, my last partner, that was a fake name. Nobody knows who that guy was. So the league says, Icepick, you gotta find a new partner. And I said, I don't really like anybody like in this league or in general. And they said, what about Jen Kemp? And I said, actually, that's pretty interesting.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown? I am Jen, the Mean Queen Kemp, and I am wicked excited to making my team's debut alongside Vinny, the Icepick Mancuso, for Pop Quiz Hotshot.
Hi, Vinny and Jen. I have a pop quiz for you guys. Who's gonna win in the match today? Ding, ding, ding. Did you guys say Chaos Theory?
Jackie Brown.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the Deal Breaker!
Nick and Jacoby,
Consider
who
this
have
broken.
proved themselves to be extremely valuable. Nick coming from the FCL, dominated over there. Jacoby dominating in the fan leagues and then proving himself in the MTS. And then there's you guys who just kind of did a whole lot of nothing.
Okay, first question. Do you love movies?
Multiple choice.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. That's good. 'Cause I've heard some things. I wasn't entirely sure, so I'm glad to cross that off.
Jen Kemp fills arguably my one weakness, and that's that I just don't really like answering questions.
I love being partnered with Vinny. It became clear early on that we shared a lot of similarities. Vinny is like this really talented writer of fascinating articles over at Collider, and meanwhile, I'm an avid reader of article headlines on Twitter. It's like the same thing. It's so crazy how in sync we are.
All right. So, what's a slice that you would think that you've had success with in the past?
Opponent's choice.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
Jacoby Bancroft. That's clearly not a real person. Nick Harley. Nick Harley, actually, I do want to say something nice. I've never seen somebody cosplay as me before. It's an honor to see someone take my style and do it just a little bit worse.
Chaos Theory. Now, Chaos Theory is a very fitting name considering half their team, Nick Harley, just blazed a trail through the SCL, won the belt, vacated it to the Flirtenflaus, essentially causing a riot amongst the fandom, and dipped. So yeah, big fans of Chaos over at the Stars.
Many other competitors in this league found their way in with cutesy little promos and vignettes where some of us had to play our way in.
I'm going to do a favor to him. I'm going to do a favor to this Jacoby Bancroft. When I book them both a ticket back to the JV squad, I'll make it first class.
This could be a deal breaker, but I just need to know: would you ever consider a Hawaiian shirt?
I'd consider one.
Great. That's actually, I forget all the rest. That's actually all I need to go.
So, pop quiz hotshot. What do you do? What do you do? Hopefully win.
These people really love to talk.
There it
Interesting, no
is, and
Winston in
Roxy
that
Strider
promo.
and Winston Marshall. You can see the excitement with them too, just because they know that this is somewhat of a new foray for these individuals becoming teams. And so being a manager, coaching your team through strategy in between rounds could be the factor that decides the match.
Well, the coolest thing I think about the managers in this league is they all have selected these competitors to cater to the way that they like to manage. Roxy and Winston are both great at hyping their players up, but they do not slip on any detail throughout the match. And I've said this before, I'm probably going to say it a lot more in my career here at the desk. Listen to your manager, lean on your manager, make sure you're playing the game all the way through. No blank boards, go to the final second to use your JTE, things like that. Put that practice into play today. Now, it's a lot easier to say from here, and it's a lot harder to do when you're under the lights, but that's why you got to lean on Winston and Roxy.
Yeah, and that's why we're here doing this and not fielding questions. Although, I don't know, you and I as a team, maybe we could go someplace. I'm being told to move the show along. All right, you ready to get going here, bud?
The announcers.
I'm ready.
That's the team.
Then here comes the voice that we all lean on. Mr. Christian Harloff, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first,
Representing the
the
Stars,
Stars,
making their
Schmoedown
Schmoedown team's debut. Slick, Nick, Harley, and the Deal Breaker,
Jacoby
Bancroft,
Chaos Theory.
Look at these fellas, just so excited. Nick, we're going to start with you. Just your experience, like Andrew said, playing so well in the FCL, the First Class League, and now here you are with Jacoby Bancroft. You have an ace manager who's very inspiring in Roxy Strider. So what has that matriculation been like for you? I know it's probably all hitting you at once.
Yeah, it's really exciting to play in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, but thankfully I have, in my opinion, the best manager in the Schmoedown, and I have the best teammate that I could possibly have with the Deal Breaker, Jacoby Bancroft.
So he doesn't have his character anymore? From the
So,
FCL?
Slick Nick and Jacoby, I have to ask, since you are technically the newer squad out, you've maybe had a little bit less experience in the MTS, how do you think that's going to play into your advantage today? Because I truly do think there is an advantage to being a fresh face here out on the stage.
I absolutely agree. It's because, we're figuring out how to work together, and then so the audience will see how we're working together. We're going to surprise a lot of people today with how we communicate and go back and forth, and it's been a joy to figure out with my new partner, Nick, and we're going to put on a good show for you guys, too.
They look ready to enter a different division of the Schmoedown. I haven't matriculated myself in almost 6 months, and so we're going to drop them out and meet their opponents.
And their opponents, representing Swag, making their Schmoedown team debut, Vinny, the Ice Pick Mancuso, and the Mean Queen, Jen Kemp, Pop Quiz!
There is Jen Kemp, the Mean Queen, and of course, the Ice Pick topping himself off. Ice Pick, I'm going to start with you here because you've had some really great matches in your career, and sometimes you come up short, sometimes you get over the hump, but either way, you've shown so much movie trivia knowledge. What does it mean to you to be teamed up in this setting with Swag, with your partner who is also a very game competitor going up against Roxy Stryer and Chaos Theory?
I'm really excited to be here with Jen. I mean, together, me and her, we lasted like 20 minutes in the free-for-all. Jen was there for 19 and a half minutes. I was there for the rest of it. And I feel like together, that's a pretty good job. And I just feel like as a team, we have that,
that thing.
Sure.
I'm going to actually kind of ask the same question, but flip it on its back, because you are the veterans coming out as opposed to your opponents. How are you going to use that against them to get an advantage over them? It's a lot when you have experience here in the MTS.
I mean, I don't think it's exactly fair to be called a veteran when I'm pretty sure Jacoby has played more than me, but I'll take it. But yeah, I'm really excited to try out teams here because, yeah, things have not gone my way, honestly, so far. But I feel like I haven't played bad. But I think with Vinny by my side, I got that support team, and maybe we can pull out a win today because our records do not represent how good we can play this game, honestly.
Have there been conversations with your manager, Winston Marshall, about how maybe this match could once and for all put both of you as individuals and now as a team onto a new pedestal?
Yeah, I mean, I've had troubles. I do think it is a little annoying that I've been getting questions that I don't know the answer to. I hope for that. I do hope for that to end, and if it doesn't, I will be not happy. But I think I think me and Jen, we both have that problem. I think we're going to fix that problem today.
I hope so.
We'll see what we can do about the questions and the answers, although we are about to start the match, so let's meet their opponents once again. And there they are, the competitors looking each other in the eye, virtually so, face to face for the first time as these teams, Pop Quiz and Chaos Theory. Let's get to the rules of round number one. This is a teams match, but it's still 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia, Schmoedown, know-how emerging in round number one. Each question is worth a point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number one. Although this is a team format, round one is an individual exercise of movie trivia, Schmoedown knowledge. You may not rely on the strength of your teammates to get a correct answer in round one. We'll ask the question. You have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer with whatever writing surface you prefer. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to the camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. I'll remind each team of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question right, just want to buy yourself another 15 seconds to get that correct answer, use a JTE rule. You can also simply say, repeat the question. You also each, as a team, have 1 challenge you may utilize at any point throughout the 3-round match. We'll bring in managers, we'll all deliberate to our heart's content, and it will ultimately be the manager that confirms and ratifies if said challenge is taking place. It's a whole lot of rules, but I'm pretty sure these competitors understood them just fine. So I will ask, starting with the guy just to that'd be the left, Nick Harley, the slick one. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
And the mean queen?
Ready to go.
Deal breaker?
Catchphrase.
And ice pick.
Sure.
I feel good, Andrew.
Then
Let's get ready to Schmoedown!
8 questions coming from the entire
Why did I even
universe of
open my
movie
marker?
knowledge, each worth 1 point.
I'm
There
not
is
gonna
no
get this
collaborating
right.
with your
Come on.
teammate here in round number 1.
I'm just going to listen to
Get
the
the
question.
show on the road. Your first question coming from the category of remakes and reboots. Which actor appeared in the 2000s remakes Planet of the Apes, The Italian Job, and The Departed?
All right, so let me get your movie
Departed.
fandom wagered in here. Do we have too many remakes these days? Not enough, or just right?
Huh.
I'm a big fan of the original ideas out there, which is why Knives Out was so big
3,
for me. I've seen
2,
enough of all this stuff.
1. It was based on Clue, right? Pens down. Let's go
I
to
have no
Ice
idea.
Pick.
Tom Felton.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg is correct.
Oh,
and
wait.
Jacoby.
Oh,
I can't do a Boston accent. Mark Wahlberg.
that
I think Jen
Planet of
can.
the Apes.
I think I can cover for you.
I was
Marky Mark,
thinking
Mark
of the
Wahlberg.
newer
Harley.
ones.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
the
said
team's got the
2000s
first
remakes,
question
didn't
correct
he?
altogether. So
Yeah, I
now
didn't
we move
listen
to
to
the
the
world of
question.
fantasy science fiction. Your next question for a
I was
point.
thinking of the newer
What
ones.
1980s sci-fi action film is known for the line, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me"?
Mark, you're walking
Definitely
on
sounds like
Hollywood
an
Boulevard,
Arnold
2 a.m.
movie.
Someone pulls up next to you, and they yell this out the window. What do you do?
I pray that it is Christian Harlow. 5, 4.
Repeat the question.
Repeat the question. That was from the Ice Pick, and so that is their first. And the question, category of fantasy science fiction. What 1980s sci-fi action film is known for the line, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me"? Pop quiz using a JTE rule first.
The
I'm sorry, do you
answer
have
I had
somebody you
written
wanna
down
hear that
was
line
neither
from?
a sci-fi film,
And
nor
I was
was
hoping you'd
it.
say if it was me.
I wouldn't
instead
even
of
believe it was
Christian,
an 80s
4, 3. You have better things to do at 2 a.m. 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jacoby.
It's always
Total
between,
Recall?
between those two, right? I said RoboCop.
It is, in fact, the bionic police officer, Jen Kemp.
Yeah, another reboot, RoboCop.
Yeah, she's got a point.
Nick Harley.
RoboCop.
And Vinny.
I said no more questions where I don't know the answer. Judge Dredd.
That's on
That
us,
wasn't
not on
even
you,
in
but
the
unfortunately
80s.
We cannot give you the point, so it is 4-3. It's an early 1-point lead for Chaos Theory.
All right, here we go. Your third question coming from the category of black cinema. Which 2020 film from director Regina King follows a meeting of the real-life individuals Sam Cooke, Cassius Clay, Malcolm X, and Jim Brown?
Love that movie.
What a room.
That's a great lineup right there. If I gave you one of them, who do you want to meet the most?
I feel like a lot of people would say Cassius Clay. I think I'm going to have to
Of
go with that
course!
one as well. I mean, how do you not?
2, 1. Pens down. I saw Jim Brown in an airport one time. It was awesome.
I
Let's
don't
go
know how to
Kemp first.
spell.
Hope I didn't screw this up. One night
Night
in Miami.
Miami. Is
You
this how
did
you spell
not. That is a
Miami?
point for your
Please
team.
tell
How
me
about
that's
Nick
how you
Harley?
spell Miami.
I'm going with Jim Brown too. One Night in Miami.
They're hiding the
Cleveland,
word
Ohio, wouldn't
behind
expect
their
anything less.
names.
How
I don't
about
know
Nick?
if I spelled it right.
One night in Miami.
Okay, that's how I
Had it,
I
and
spelled it.
Jacoby to round it out.
I don't have dots, but I just have One Night in Miami.
Challenge.
We can accept
Can
a
you get an extra
undotted one
point for
night
correct grammar? Yeah.
in Miami. 6-5 is the score. We move on to your next question in round number 1. It's in the category of action adventure movies, and it is: which James Bond actor starred in the films After the Sunset, The November Man, and The Foreigner? What's your favorite month?
Okay, The Foreigner is the Jackie Chan movie, but I don't know.
It's a
Wait,
really
I know
exciting
this.
question.
I know the. Hold
I'm
on.
going to go with April because I'm selfish and that's when I was born.
5,
All you need is
4.
a
I
life
think,
jacket.
September. 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we go to Mr. Harley.
Pierce Brosnan.
He had it, did Mancuso.
Pierce Brosnan.
How about Bancroft?
Got it in.
Pierce Brosnan.
Just the light.
And Kemp.
The right.
Make it
the
4,
last
Pierce Brosnan.
second.
All right, we got 3 perfect rounds thus far. We're on question 5 in a well-played teams match thus far.
Yeah, great start right now. Chaos Theory up 1, 8-7 as we get just a little over halfway through round 1. Your fifth question coming from the category of animated. Which animated franchise features the characters Princess Fiona, King Harold, and Queen Lillian?
Just look at all of these.
Nobody expects the Spanish
Just
Inquisition.
So chomping at the
If
bit.
you
They don't
know
even. They want the countdown to be
you
over.
know the reference, but
We don't even need it. We don't even need to count it down.
John
Yeah,
Cleese
they're
voiced
tired of us wasting their time.
the king in that
Hands
franchise,
down.
but
Not that I had to say it. Let's go back to
stop the
Ice Pick.
Princess Fiona, but Shrek.
Shrek.
Nailed it. How about Deal Breaker?
Shrek franchise.
Or as
Mean
we call
Queen?
it,
Franchise that
Shara.
won't die, Shrek.
And Slick Nick.
Well, it's kind of dead now.
Shrek.
Are we still getting Shrek movies? I know we got it on
Can't kill
Broadway.
Shrek.
We should.
Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Come on.
Question number 6. We veer from the delightful world of Ever After to horror/thriller movies. And it is: who plays the unhinged ex-con Max Cady in 1991's Cape Fear?
I think I need a shower after I watch this movie.
Another remake.
Whole match.
Yeah. It just continues to rear its ugly head here in Hollywood. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to you first, Jacoby.
Robert De Niro.
Robert
De Niro. He's in a couple movies. Jen, did he have it?
Yeah, sorry, Marty. The original's better, but Robert De Niro.
Shots fired. Nick.
Bobby D. Robert De Niro.
And Vinny.
They should change
I
the name
can't
of
in
this
good
match
conscience
to,
agree with my teammate, but it's
to
Robert
the
De Niro.
reboot match.
All right, so some team
Look at the
chemistry
team
being
team,
played
though.
here.
A team of two people.
What an incredible
who
start
didn't
here.
work
Still
well
a
at the
1
past,
point
but
game
now
with
they
3 perfect
together,
rounds. So
close
now
the
we maybe
reboot.
see an equalizing category in movie release dates popping up in round 1. Movie release dates. Steven Spielberg directed Jurassic Park. And which other film in 1993? What a show off. Could just have Jurassic Park, huh, Steven?
Yeah, I'd say between the two of us, we made 2 movies in 1993. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to Jen Kemp first. Did you have it?
I believe it's
Schindler's List.
Your belief has been ratified into law. That is correct. Nick Harley.
Schindler's List.
He also had it. They're both perfect so far. Vinny?
Little different movie. Schindler's List.
Not
Tiny.
quite as many dinosaurs. Jacoby Bancroft
I'm grabbing a new pen, but Schindler's List.
keeps his perfect round going just barely with that pen. That is correct. And now we move to your final question in round 1, where 3 perfect rounds are still at large and wanted. Your question is in the realm of romantic comedies, or as Molly calls them, rom-coms. Here we go.
Molly.
Which actress stars as the character Emma opposite Kate Hudson in the film Bride Wars?
I got 5 points in this round.
And Andrew Guy just nodding.
I can sit
knowingly,
this one
like,
out.
Like he misses being on the other side of this announcing desk. No, you
I
don't.
love playing along. It's so fun.
4, 3, a little less pressure. 2, 1. Pens down. Slick Nick.
Anne Hathaway.
He is perfect in round 1. Vinny Mancuso, did he have it?
No, I did not.
He did not. And so we go to Bancroft for a perfect round.
Anne Hathaway.
And Genevieve Queen Kemp for her perfect round.
I don't blame you, Vinny, because it's a terrible movie, but it's Anne Hathaway. Terrible.
RoboCop is so good, though.
The fan
It's
leaguers
no
are in the lead.
of Cape Fear. So that is 3 perfect rounds. So we do ask those 3 competitors, Jacoby, Jen, and Nick, to keep your pens and your whiteboards handy. Andrew Guy's going to be asking a bonus question. It's worth 1 point. No penalty for missing it. No stealing. And Vinny and I are just going to relax.
As always.
Congratulations to the 3 of you. Great performance there thus far. Your bonus question. 1983's Staying Alive is a sequel to what landmark 1977 dance film from director John Badham?
3 perfect rounds. And Vinny playing well as well. It is 16-14 in favor of Chaos Theory. 5, 4. It's a running theme. Don't need to do the countdown really for these competitors ever, but there we go. Pens down, and let's start with you, Mr. Bancroft.
Saturday Night Fever.
Oh.
Saturday Night Fever is correct, Jen.
Yep, Saturday Night Fever.
And Nick
I
Harley.
knew it was incorrect.
Christopher
while I was writing
Walken
it,
would
but
say, I
still,
got fever. Saturday
I
night.
still went for it
Fever.
anyway. Friday
Three
Night Lights.
minted,
Not Saturday night.
certified, ratified,
Oh, that was
perfect
close.
round ones. And I think Vinny had it as well, though we cannot give him the points. So it is 18 to 15. Chaos Theory and Pop Quiz throwing a lot of points in the direction of the adoring audience watching worldwide.
Can
and
you
so,
really
as we get
blame
into
me?
round
Can you
number
see how I got
this
those
is
wrong?
the wheel round, the wheel of
how I
fate,
got
doom,
those two
and
mixed
justice.
up.
You now get to collaborate with your teammate for each and every question you field in round 2. Before you get the questions, we need to know the category, hence the virtual wheel. Each team gets a spin at it once you settle on a particular realm. 6 questions will emerge. Each one's worth 2 points. No penalty for missing a question, but stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which we're told is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question recedes to 1. 3 JTE rules for Chaos Theory, 2 repeats left for Pop Quiz. And it is Chaos Theory with a 3-point advantage. And so Chaos Theory, you get to make the determination. Would you like to spin the wheel first and field your 6 questions, or defer to your opponents?
We discussed this, and we would like to spin first. Let's get to that wheel.
Hey, Roxy.
Nick, usually I feel like I plan to talk to the first time people and just tell them, shake off any of those cobwebs, like don't worry about the ones you got wrong. So I will say the only thing you did here was mess up my speech because you had a perfect round, and Jacoby, you again. Incredible job, guys. Excellent job. Nothing is better than perfect, and that's what you guys just delivered. Let's see what this wheel does. You've got the momentum. You're doing exactly what we talked about. You're taking the time that you guys need, and you're trusting your gut, which is really, really important. So let's see how this wheel does, and oh my God, am I excited for you guys to bring home this W. Let's go.
Us too.
Yeah. Don't I know it? Don't I know
All right,
it?
here comes the wheel.
Don't we deserve it.
Why are we not doing so well? Okay.
It's not because of you guys. I
Give
pissed
us
somebody
that.
off to pass
I
off.
hope it's not because of me or Andrew.
No.
Did they
This
bring
is
a
a
new
karma
design
thing.
for the wheel?
Okay. Well, Karma
It's
has
hooked.
told the wheel to settle on Hitchcock movies. You have 60 seconds to discuss. Do you want to keep that category or use your free spin mulligan?
Okay. A lot of things on here. Not a bad one. How are you guys feeling?
I think we're comfortable enough to spin again. I think, Nick, just in case, just because we can get something. We'll do good in this one, and if we land back on Hitchcock, we land back on Hitchcock. Then that's kind of fine. But I think I vote for spin again.
Okay. No matter what
concur.
it is, good. No matter what
I
it is,
concur.
remember multiple choice we need. We talked about the communication. You guys are already doing it though, so let's spin again and let's see how it goes.
All right, let's do this, Nick. Spin that way.
A nice spin by Bancroft.
Yeah, I think you did it right at first, and then just
And then I messed it up and I stopped it.
no, you never.
And it is
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks Animation is
hoping for
where
that
the
one.
wheel settles.
I wanna get some
DreamWorks
points for
Animation is
myself,
going to be
you
the
know.
category as we say goodbye for now to your manager, Roxy.
Speaking
Strauss.
of
Good luck,
checks,
guys.
by the way.
We're happy. We're working together, ish. Our mental connection is right there.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
As Chaos Theory almost perfectly executes a very tough to pull off virtual high five. We've gotten confirmation the Pop Quiz is in the green room right now, relaxing, knowing Vinny, having some beverages. And so the questioning will now begin courtesy of my compatriot Andrew Guy. 6 questions in the world of animated movies, each one worth 2 points. Unless you gentlemen need multiple choice, we do ask once you settle on your final answer, please let us know that it is your final answer.
That's right. Slick Nick and the Deal Breaker, specifically DreamWorks Animations here for your 6
High five, low five, down low, too slow. That's a DreamWorks
Here
reference,
we
by
go.
the way. A deep cut DreamWorks reference.
Your very first question in the category of DreamWorks. Who provides the voice of Lee, Poe's long-lost father, in Kung Fu Panda 3?
Nick, I believe that is Bryan Cranston.
Yes.
I believe you're correct, Jacoby.
We're going to go with
I
Bryan
knew it
Cranston,
was
final
somewhere
answer.
in around that general area, but
Staying perfect through their first question
His
here
name,
in
escaped
DreamWorks.
me at the
Bryan
moment,
Cranston
but
is correct.
it is Bryan Cranston. I remember that.
Coming
I
down to
remember
your
him
second
when he
question
was
here in
announced.
DreamWorks Animation. Amy Poehler voices Snow White, and Maya Rudolph voices Rapunzel. In which film in the Shrek franchise?
Shrek the Third.
I think, Nick, that is Shrek the Third.
Yeah, that's when all the princesses showed up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're correct.
Yeah, because it's not 4 or 2, so it has to be 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Shrek the Third, final answer.
Going down to the wire, give him 2 more points. Shrek the Third is correct as we get to your third question, as we hit the halfway mark here. DreamWorks Animation. Which DreamWorks film features musical performances by Justin Timberlake, Anthony Ramos, and Kelly Clarkson?
It's one of the Trolls movies, but
I believe
I think it's
Kelly Clarkson is in Trolls. I think it's Trolls.
It might be the first one.
Nick,
Yeah.
I
don't think she was in the first one.
I
think
agree.
I'm
I
going
think
with
it's
Trolls World 2 because I don't think Kelly Clarkson
Trolls,
was in the
final
first
answer.
Trolls movie.
That is incorrect, and we will hold that answer for a steal opportunity for your opponents. We'll continue moving through DreamWorks Animation. It's your fourth question here in DreamWorks. Which comedian voices George Beard, one of the 2 boys behind the creation of Captain Underpants in the Captain Underpants film?
I didn't see
George, which comedian voices?
I'm pretty sure it's Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I think so too, because Harold is Thomas Middleditch, so George would be Kevin Hart. Let me just think.
4.
Kevin Hart, final answer.
But is Kevin Hart a comedian, though?
That is correct for 2 more points.
I'm kidding. I'm
And
sorry.
great run
It
here
was a
so
bad
far in
joke.
DreamWorks
And I had to
Animation,
go
looking at
forward.
24 to 15, a difference of 9 here. Chaos Theory up quite a bit. So we get to another question in DreamWorks Animation. Who voices Pharaoh Seti, Ramses' father, and Moses' adopted father in The Prince of Egypt?
Patrick Stewart.
Nick, I believe that is Patrick Stewart.
Captain
Patrick
Picard
Stewart.
himself.
His father,
It's not Val Kilmer. It's not.
Val Kilmer
it's
is
his father
Moses.
Pharaoh,
And Ramesses
Patrick
is,
Stewart, final answer.
Ray Fiennes.
They used each other and they got there. Give them 2 more.
I love that
Patrick
movie
Stewart
so
is
much!
correct. As we veer into your
I want to
final
watch
question
it now, but
in DreamWorks
that's my Passover
Animation.
movie.
Near perfect round. Paul Giamatti, Bill Hader, and Samuel L. Jackson lent their voices to what 2013 DreamWorks film?
I like this one a lot. Nick, I believe it's Turbo.
I
yeah,
agree.
Turbo,
I think
yeah, the
you're-
one with
I
the
think you're spot
snail.
on.
Yeah,
I definitely know
people
Sam
go watch the
Jackson was in
Netflix.
that
I think
movie.
there's a Turbo show. Anyway, Turbo, final answer.
Okay, so yeah, Turbo.
And a plug there for
I didn't
Netflix.
come up with that, so it's no
28
points
to
for me.
15 for Chaos Theory. A great run, Ellis, here in round number 2. But we do have 2 points available for Pop Quiz.
They really did shift into turbo mode for the DreamWorks Animation category, dropping that one question that could loom large. Nevertheless, very well played by Chaos Theory. So we're going to drop them out and welcome back in Pop Quiz.
What happened?
I'll tell you in just a second. All right, Pop Quiz is
I have a
back, and
feeling
before they
Jen
get to talk to their
knows
manager,
this.
Winston Marshall's happy to take a back seat because there is one challenge opportunity for
Steal
Pop Quiz
opportunity.
to field. Your opponents did not go to multiple choice, and so Andrew Guy is going to read the question. We will tell you what guess they wagered that was incorrect, and
Yeah,
then
they're
you'll have
gonna know
15
this.
seconds as normal.
Pretty
So,
obvious.
Jen and Vinny, you ready to go for your steal opportunity in the category of DreamWorks Animation?
Ready.
Yes.
All right. In the category of DreamWorks for a 2-point steal. Which DreamWorks film features musical performances by Justin Timberlake, Anthony Ramos, and Kelly Clarkson?
Trolls World
Your
Tour.
opponents guessed Trolls.
Is it the new one?
So I assume it's Trolls World Tour because I'm pretty sure Kelly Clarkson is in that one. I don't think she's in the first one. So that's the only other thing I know.
Sounds good to me.
So Trolls World Tour, final answer.
It was 28 to 15, Andrew, and now it's a little tighter, 28 to 17. That is correct, and so suddenly it is an 11-point ball game, and they're going to have a pretty great round, but they could see themselves in the lead with that steal going into round 3. We're not there yet. Where we are is at the point where we welcome in the manager of this Team Pop Quiz, Winston Marshall.
I was gonna do a whole bit, but you guys just stole that like champion. That's how you work, baby. First of all, Vinny, let me tell you something. You're the only one that got the Black Cinema question right. Remember when you said to me, I'm not gonna miss no more Black Cinema questions? Them dots, they matter. They don't know what they're
That's
talking
the only
about.
thing I
Clearly.
say. It's the only thing I wanted to get right, and it's the only
I'm proud of you.
I've never been perfect. I wasn't perfect today. I won't be perfect tomorrow, but I did get that right. So here we are.
Teamwork right there. That was perfect. That steal was perfect. So here's how this is gonna work. Don't forget, one of you needs to say final answer. So designate who you want to be the one to do that. Remember, we practiced that. So y'all make that decision as you go into that. Talk it out. You have 2 JTEs, so take your time with it. And just because we're behind right now, you want to go for as many points as you can, but make sure you just play it safe. Don't give them an opportunity to necessarily steal and widen the gap. So listen to each other and what you do, because obviously whatever we get category-wise will differentiate how aggressive we need to be. Just go in there and play your game, and let's win this dang thing. All right?
Sounds good.
Let's go.
All right, here comes the wheel. I'm ready to run through a brick wall.
Is Winston wearing
All right,
whole
give it a
brick wall?
reflective sunglasses or green sunglasses? Because
There it goes,
you kind
round
of
and
see some of the
round.
stuff shifting in.
Always the threat of
the
opponent's
glasses
choice, but they managed to
thing.
escape it with
Ed
Paul Ganuzzo's
Harris!
favorite category, Ed
Paul Ganuzzo's
Harris
favorite,
movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
All right.
60
all right.
seconds.
So I know y'all can handle this pretty well, but I feel like there's few things that we're concerned about. So if you want to go for something you feel like you can knock out of the park, I would support that. But talk it out. How you two feel?
I mean, we're not in the FCL. Like, all love to PLD, but personally, I think this is not a category that we're excited about. So I would go for spin again.
I've never been excited to see Ed Harris, so I'm not excited to see Ed Harris.
Wow, taking shots at Peter. Dave,
Let's
come
go.
on.
Let's go.
Got personal. Okay, they're going to respin. Relax. The guy might be watching.
Might
He's
be.
always the
Truman
bad
Show.
guy. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
great in
Always
This is not
the
TV.
Why?
Hey, you mess with Ed Harris,
Why
you get opponent's
did you
choice.
pass on Ed
Who
Harris?
cares?
They're
Let them
gonna
come
give
in.
you
Let
Ed
them give us
Harris
Ed Harris
now.
if that's what they want. Knock it out of the park and send them back to the FCL. Let's go.
It could be. We're about to find that out
Let's
right
go.
now as we drop out swag and bring
That's
back
what
the
happens
stars.
when you piss off.
All right, yes,
PLD.
60 seconds to decide.
So here's
I'm
the
not
deal,
going
guys.
anywhere. So
Sometimes we have to call audibles. I know that we have a plan here. The way that they were just speaking about Ed Harris, I don't know. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, I know we talked about our plan, but that seems like the way to go. In my
You
opinion.
could save the plan for
Ed
a next
Harris's
for
name.
another
Yeah,
match.
like
Yeah.
that was the rudest anybody's ever been about Ed Harris. And honestly, mostly out of curiosity, I want to see what happens here. I hope Ed Harris haunts them in their sleep from here on until forever. By the way, while I have you guys, I love the risk that you guys took. I would do the exact same thing every single time. So great job. And nothing wrong with that. We're still going to take home this W. So feel proud about what you did there. I think we should go Ed Harris if you guys agree.
Ed Harris.
Yep, I agree.
yep.
All right.
All right.
Let's see how it goes. This is for you, Eddie.
Eddie, for you, respect.
And
I
PLD.
like the first 2 seasons of Westworld.
Ed Harris is the call. And now we go to the world of Ed Harris, who we do hear is watching from home. Hi, Ed. We're big fans. At least
Ed.
the two
I'm
of
gonna
us
get you, Ed. I'm gonna get
We
you.
did not mean it.
find out
I
about
meant
pop
it.
quiz here in
I
just a
meant it,
sec.
Ed
Yeah.
Harris.
6 questions in the world of Ed Harris. Each one's worth 2 points unless you need multiple choice. Keep in mind, we do prefer if the team, once you deliberate and you settle on a final answer, you let us know that it is your final answer, and the hands are where we can see them. So we're good to go. Your first question in the world of Ed Harris. Who directed Ed Harris and Viggo Mortensen in the film A History of Violence?
It's David Cronenberg.
Yes, it is. Go ahead.
David Cronenberg. Final answer.
David Cronenberg. The final answer is correct for 2 points, and Pop Quiz is on the board. It is now 28-19. They cut the lead to single digits. Your next question in the world of Ed Harris. Ed Harris plays Detective Sergeant Remy Brisson in what 2000s crime thriller?
2000s crime. You have any?
He was in a lot of like crime things, so I think we're gonna have to go multiple on this.
Yeah, let's do multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Your 4 options for a point. Is it A, Waking the Dead, B, Cleaner, C, The Human Stain, or D, Gone Baby Gone?
I don't think Gone Baby Gone was.
Those are all 2000s crime things.
Yeah, it's not the Human Stain. I don't think. I don't know if he's a cop in Gone Baby Gone.
I'm gonna say Waking the
he's in
Dead
Gone.
because
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
sounds
can
like
we get
a
a
badass
free repeat
title.
of the answers?
You do have one free repeat of just the options. I can give that to you now. Is it A, Waking the Dead, B, Cleaner, C, The Human Stain, or D, Gone Baby Gone?
Gone Baby Gone is the one that sort of jumps out to me the most.
Yeah,
Enoch,
I think he might be a cop in Waking the Dead, but I honestly don't remember it very well, and it's not that great a movie. So I guess we'll go Gone Baby Gone because that's more well known.
Gone Baby Gone, final answer.
They talked it out. They went to multiple choice. They went to the free repeat of multiple choice options, and they got the point. It is Gone Baby Gone. It is now an 8-point ball game with 4 questions still remaining in the world of Ed Harris. Your next one. Ed Harris received the Best Supporting Actor nomination for which film, in which he co-starred with Meryl Streep and Nicole Kidman?
The Hours. The Hours, final answer.
The Hour's final answer is correct, and they are 2 points closer to that lead of Chaos Theory. Pop quiz here, playing well in a category they didn't necessarily ask for. Your 4th question of 6. Ed Harris is heard as the voice of Mission Control in what 2013 sci-fi film?
It's Gravity.
It is Gravity. Gravity, final answer.
I didn't know that.
That is correct, and Andrew, they're navigating this very well for 2 people who apparently hate Ed Harris's guts.
Yeah, maybe they're gaming their opponents.
Apparently,
Seems to be working out thus far, Ellis.
2 questions remaining. Your penultimate question in the world of Ed Harris movies. Ed Harris co-stars with Julia Roberts in what 1990s tearjerker?
Is Stepmother?
Oh, Stepmom.
Stepmom? Is that a tearjerker?
Did they say the year?
1990s.
1990s? Yeah, I think we'll go with that.
4,
That makes sense.
3.
Stepmom, final answer.
Stepmom is correct, and we are 2 points away from a tie. It is 28 for Chaos Theory, 26 for Pop Quiz. Pop Quiz now has their final question in the world of Ed Harris, which could tie it as we go into round 3, and it is John Schlesinger directed Ed Harris and Sally Field in what 1990s thriller?
Thriller.
What are you thinking?
See, I was thinking of Sally Field. They were in something like called Places of the Heart or something, but that's not
3.
a thriller.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your second JT. We have 1 remaining. John Schlesinger directed Ed Harris and Sally Field in what 1990s thriller?
I think we need multiple.
Let's go multiple choice.
Multiple choice, we can do that. Your options are, for a point, is it A, Just Cause, B, Eye for an Eye, C, Absolute Power, or D, China Moon?
I mean, these are all things.
Absolute Power.
That sounds good to me. Like, honestly, these are all very
4.
forgettable titles, so I'm just,
Absolute Power, final answer.
Absolute Power.
Absolute Power is incorrect, and so a great round spoiled just a tiny bit by missing that final question, but still a sterling round in an opponent's choice category of Ed Harris for Pop Quiz. And so now it is going to be Chaos Theory, who we welcome back into the stream for a potential steal opportunity. We'll say goodbye to Pop Quiz just for the moment. And there is Chaos Theory. Hope you gentlemen enjoyed a nice break in the green room. You're back, and we have some good news for you in the form of 1 steal opportunity, courtesy of Pop Quiz, in the category of Ed Harris. It is a multiple choice they checked to. So I'm going to read the question. I'm going to give you the multiple choice options. I'm also going to tell you which incorrect answer your opponents wagered, and then you'll have 15 seconds to deliberate for the point. Chaos Theory, you ready to go?
Absolutely.
What he said.
Your question is, in the world of Ed Harris, John Schlesinger directed Ed Harris and Sally Field in what 1990s thriller? Is it A, Just Cause, B, Eye for an Eye, C, Absolute Power, or D, China Moon? Your opponents guessed Absolute Power.
Well, it's Eye for an Eye.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Why don't you say final answer? You can got that one.
Eye for an Eye, final answer.
Your final answer is correct. And that is now a 3-point lead for Chaos Theory, courtesy of that challenge over Pop Quiz, as we head into round number 3. And there are the teams ready and set for round number 3. This is the round that will determine the match. Here's the rules. In round number 3, we need a series of numbers from each team. These are 3 numbers in total. They may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same integers as your opponent because each numeral corresponds to a different category of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. First question's worth 2 points. Next one, 3 points. Your final question, 5 big points. Here's where it gets all teamy, is that once Andrew and myself give you the category for the 2-point question, that team must decide which member is going to field the question solo. You may not rely on the strength of your teammate for the 2-pointer or the 3-pointer. That question will be fielded by the opposite team member. You may only collaborate with your teammate for the 5-point question. So it is that Chaos Theory retains all of their JTE rules thus far, and they also have a 3-point lead. So from 1 to 20, what 3 numbers feel most fortunate?
I'll go back and forth. I'll go 4,
8,
and 16.
4,
Nice
8, and
multiple.
16,
Yes.
all even numbers. And now pop quiz. Any numbers that are not
8 is my
4, 8,
number,
or
by the way.
16, what feels lucky?
9.
11.
10.
9, 11, and 10. Okay, so we're 9,
One of
11.
those is Ed
exactly.
Harris, I swear to God.
I want to tell you guys what sexy numbers you have. However, it's not that hard to be sexier than 9/11. So you guys, that was really quite something. Congratulations, you guys are killing it. Great steal. Your communication is on point as it's going to be in this final round. Let's bring this home. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. I believe in you guys so wholeheartedly. It's time. It's time for that win, and you guys know it. We can feel it. They're playing fine. We're playing lights out. So let's do this.
Let's do this. Nick, is that a jacket or a blanket? I've been meaning to ask. I didn't know what
Very
that was.
important.
It's a jersey.
A jersey. Okay, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure of the color. Okay, just
Three
I wanted to get that out of the way.
JTEs, communicate all you need. And also,
Gotcha.
nice jersey. All right, let's go.
Pop quiz. I'm looking at y'all. They got a category that clearly is their strength and couldn't get full points. You got an opponent's choice and got 9 and 12. So who's the real suckers? That's the first thing. Second thing, okay? You got 1 JTE. So I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna use that strategically. If you feel like
that's
using
a
the
fired
JTE
up
will buy you some time in order to get the answer that is on the tip of your tongue, use it. Otherwise, save it for the 5-pointer because you might need time to talk it out as a couple. Now, you know what you're doing, all right? You're the vets, they're the rookies. So it's time to show them what it means to be in this league. They came up here thinking they big boys. They think they big Ben Simmons, and then it took the vets to put them down, all right? So put them down. Let's handle our business, and let's have some damn fun. How y'all feeling?
Pretty good. I've been in worse situations. I did lose those situations, but I'm not going to lose this one. This is going to be a win.
I'm saying. So handle your business. And Jen, can I just say, that Jurassic Park t-shirt looks lovely on your girl. You are flexing on them.
Thank you.
Flex on them.
Same year as Schindler's List.
Jersey, that is a fact that
Never
we all
forget
just
what
learned.
you talk about. Never forget.
All right, the teams are back after vivacious pep talks from their 2 managers, and so it is Pop Quiz that finds himself trailing Chaos Theory by 3. So Pop Quiz is going to get on the board potentially first here. Andrew Guy is going to be administering your questions. Andrew, they selected number 9 for their 2-pointer.
9!
What category are they facing?
They did. Number 9 is going to go to the category of thrillers. So thrillers,
Thriller!
which one of you would like to field the 2-point question?
I could
You
do
like some
it. I
thrillers?
could do a thriller. Yeah, I've enjoyed a thriller or 2 in my day. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do thriller.
Okay, all right. Mean Queen's going to sit this one out while the ice pick takes the thriller for 2 points. Which action star plays the lead in the 2018 film The Commuter?
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, that was.
Give him 2 points. That is correct.
I was gonna
Pop
say
Quiz just
Liam
down
Neeson,
by 1 here,
but I was
Ellis.
doubting myself and
Just
didn't
down
say
by
it.
1, so we're going to stick
So I
with
knew the
Pop
answer, I
Quiz
just
as we
didn't
go
say it,
to
so- okay.
their
Need to let me
3-point
trust my
questions. This was
gut
going to be
a
filled by
little
the Mean Queen alone. They selected number 11, Andrew. So what
Guess
category
you're
are they
wondering,
facing?
no points for me
Mean Queen,
because
we're
I
going to
didn't
go
say it
to
in time.
fantasy/sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi for your
like to
3-point
play
question. And here you are. Which MCU actor plays the paranoid character James Barris in the 2006 Richard Linklater film A Scanner Darkly?
I have not seen this movie.
I think it's Benedict Cumberbatch. For some reason,
See, I know our board Keanu's in it, but he is not an MCU person, so I will guess that it's Mark Ruffalo.
Comes to mind.
A good guess, but that is incorrect. We were looking for Robert Downey Jr. himself.
Really? RDJ?
Which means we find ourselves
the other
at a
Sherlock
very interesting point here. 29 to 28. Pop Quiz down by 1, which means they must hit their 5-pointer to send it back over to Chaos Theory. They do have 1 JTE left. And for your final number, Ice Pick and Meme Queen, you chose number 10, which coincides with the category of 2000s movies. 2000s. For your 5-point question, and you can deliberate with one another here, and you do have 1 JTE, the category of 2000s. What 2000s film, directed by Guillermo del Toro, depicts a haunted orphanage in 1930s Spain?
That would be The Devil's Backbone.
I think it's just The Orphanage, isn't it?
No, he didn't direct that.
He didn't do it. That's Bayona, yeah. So yeah, Devil's Backbone, you're right.
The Devil's Backbone, final answer.
And it pays off. They go back and forth. Ice Pick pulls it. Devil's Backbone.
Shows what I know.
Points as their fate rests in Chaos Theory's hands.
No
and my good
TKO
friend,
today.
Mark Ellis.
What a play. What a 5-pointer. Great strategy, great chemistry, great talking it out. All of those things on display from Pop Quiz, and that earns himself a 4-point lead. But now it's Chaos Theory's turn. TKO is off the board, gentlemen, but you still have the win in your grasp. You got to answer some questions to achieve it. So you selected number 4 for your 2-point question. And that corresponds to, we love her, Julia Roberts.
Julia Jobbits.
So between Slick Nick and Deal Breaker, who would like to field a question in the world of Julia Roberts?
What do you think, Jacoby? Want me to take a crack at this one?
I think so. This is one of those that came up in 2-pointed things, and we think you seem a little more well versed in the great works of Miss Roberts than me. So go ahead, America's sweetheart.
All right, Slick Nick Harley for 2 points, and to cut the lead to 2. Categories Julia Roberts. A question: who plays the romantic lead William Thacker in the film Notting Hill?
That would be Hugh Grant. Final answer.
Up. That is correct for 2 points. And Andrew, just like that, Chaos Theory finds himself on the precipice of victory, but sometimes it is that final step that is the hardest. They have their 3-point question. It's going to be fielded by Jacoby Bancroft. Can he break the deal of Pop Quiz?
I'm going to try to.
We appreciate the effort, Jacoby. Your number 8 selection at random for your 3-point question and possibly for the win corresponds to the world of musicals.
Okay.
And your question for 3 points and the win. Joel Grey won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his performance as the Master of Ceremonies in what 1972 musical from director Bob Fosse?
Ooh, there's a few of these that I get mixed up.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right. The category is musicals. You have 2 JT rules remaining for your team. Joel Grey won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his performance as the Master of Ceremonies in what 1972 musical from director Bob Fosse?
All right. I'm going to go with Master of Ceremonies. Maybe a Master of Ceremonies here. I think this was directed by Bob Fosse. Maybe. I'm going to go with Cabaret.
And your winner, Slick Nick Harley, and the Deal Breaker, Jacoby Bancroft, Chaos Theory!
And their manager, I will now address her as Roxy Stryer, applauding an incredible performance, Andrew. There's no way to say it. And I could be talking about Pop Quiz here as well. They play lights out. But Chaos Theory, a well-timed steal. They clearly worked well together, even in different locations. They have the manager that they apparently love playing for. This is what it takes to get a team victory nowadays in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, and they pulled it off.
Wow, what an incredible match, Ellis. I mean, you look at the score here, 34-33 with a 5-pointer left on the table. This is top tier, and we knew that coming out of round number 1. 3 perfect rounds. What a game. And the best thing about this is their debut. You can only go up from here. Literally, you can only go up from here, and what a great place to start.
It's tough to up the drama, however, from what we just saw, because we had steal opportunities, we had an opponent's choice, apparently some random hatred for Ed Harris, all of those things lumped into a match. And look, we had 3 perfect rounds in round 1. I mean, this was clearly some newer faces in the movie Trivia Schmoedown and maybe new teams, but wow, did they all play like seasoned veterans who knew each other very well. Look at they've been playing together for decades, just like you and I announcing a match.
That's right. I mean, they're almost as seamless as you and myself. And while I'd love to just talk about how great we are, I feel like we should maybe check in with the winners.
Yeah, okay, fine. Then we're going to go to the winners, Chaos Theory and their manager, a very happy Roxy Stryer, with our own Jen Sturger.
Congratulations so much. Roxy, this has to be such a huge weight off your chest right now, just because I know how hard you've been working this entire season. And like you've said multiple times, things just haven't gone your way. So what does this victory mean for the Stars today, for these 2 gentlemen to bring this home for you guys?
Jen, I can't even, I can probably count it on like 2 fingers how many times you've said to me congratulations this season.
I know. It's not from now. It's not like I don't want to.
I want you to too. We both want it, but gosh, I'm so proud of them to be able to play together for the first time, have never been in the same room as each other, for Nick to have his first match ever in the major leagues, and then do what they did today, having both perfect round 1s, doing a great job in round 2 with a risky choice that I really respected, and then to go perfect in their round 3. How could a manager be happier? What more can I ask for? I mean, they crushed it, and it's because they're working so hard. They're just nonstop studying. So great.
You two, I have to ask you 2 gentlemen, what was it like, playing your first time together, under such high stakes?
Exhilarating. I mean, I didn't know how this was going to work. It's because you don't know.
I believe you when you say that.
Yeah, because it's anything could happen, but we put in the work together. We've been working really hard to get our team chemistry to gel, to know what the other person knows and what the other person doesn't know. And I think that paid off really well today. What do you think, Nick?
I have to agree. And when you come into the league, you first of all to be picked up in free agency. You never know how you're going to gel with the rest of your teammates, and then to be put on a team with Jacoby. I hadn't met Jacoby before, but I mean, we couldn't be better suited to be teammates. I think that we really work well together. We've had a lot of fun studying together, and I'm really happy with the outcome.
You bring up the word fun. Roxy, do you think that that's something that maybe your team's been missing? Maybe this new life being injected into the Stars is a great thing.
I think it is easier to say we're having fun when we're winning. So
naturally.
That's true.
So I'll give us that because I do think we actually have a lot of fun together. The whole faction, we just like each other a lot. So it definitely is a good time, but it is draining when you lose and then lose and lose when you are studying nonstop and I really feel like we have the best faction, the best players and the best faction. So I'm hoping this can be a little bit of momentum that we can build, going into tournament season and everything. We have so many points on the table for us, Jen, and I want to grab them all. I want to grab them all.
So I got to ask you guys, where do we go from here? What did we learn from this match that we can take into the next one, in terms of your first time playing together? And who are you looking forward to playing next? Because let's face it, there are a lot of young, hungry teams out there that I feel like you guys would be great matches for.
Well, first of all, what I learned was that Kelly Clarkson is in Trolls World Tour and not Trolls. So,
important.
I learned that you got to respect Ed Harris. I think that's a very important lesson that we learned today. So both of those lessons, I think, are going to really help us going forward.
You too.
And like you said, there are a lot of exciting young teams that are the first time playing together, but I would take us over any of them. So it doesn't matter who it is.
That was cute, right, Jen? They're sweet. I can't.
They're kind of adorable together.
Yeah.
I'm really loving this matchup you've got here, Roxy.
Me too. Me too.
Now that they've been adorable, is there anyone that you specifically are looking for them to play next?
I always want to take down the bullies. So anybody on corruption, they bully. Finstock,
You
he
beat them
bullies.
once. Won that week.
I'm more concerned about taking down some of these factions that have no business doing as well as they're doing right now. And just for some reason, I don't know what they did in a past life, but it's not this life, and we're done with it. So anything to do with Shannon or Tom, I hope they eat dirt.
What about Kaiser, though?
Thanks for asking.
Like,
Well,
seriously,
Roxy,
what
pleasure
is about
seeing you on
Kaiser?
this side of the circle? In the first interview, I've got to get to the second one, but congratulations, gentlemen, and welcome to the welcome to the big leagues.
Thanks
Thank you so much, Jen.
And what a welcome indeed, Ellis. You talk about going perfect in round one, the way they played off each other all throughout the rest of the match. But, if we're going to talk about great pairs, great duos, I have to admit, I thought the way that Pop Quiz played together was phenomenal. I love that they trusted one another. When one had the gut instinct to go with an answer, it's really, really important that you do that. When you're on a team, maybe you might know, maybe you have a feeling about something like the orphanage, but you have to trust in your teammate. That's exactly what we saw today. I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. I think you can only go up from here, and that's a really, really great place to start. The only reason I say that is just because it was their debut as a team.
Hey, you want to know how well Pop Quiz knows the game, knows the strategy, knows how to have chemistry within a team unit? You just look at the 3 and the 5-pointer. Jen Kemp knew, hey, look, I haven't seen a scanner darkly. It's going to be a shot in the dark regardless. She knew they had one JTE rule left. She did not burn it knowing they had the 5-pointer coming up. They ended up not needing it. They talked through the 5-pointer accordingly, and that is the mark of a great team. Even in a losing effort, Pop Quiz showed us a whole lot today, and we're about to hear from them and their manager of Team Swag, Winston Marshall, right now with, once again, the great Jen Sturgeon.
Even when I see you on this side of the interviews, Winston, I can always trust that, you've taken away some kind of wisdom from this match, and you always show up in a pretty good mood.
Most of the time.
No, why? Because did you see how that teamwork worked? You see how that talked that out? You see how Jen was over here using her psychic abilities to make sure that Vinny was digging deep and unlocked his potential to go and find Liam Neeson? Liam Neeson trying to find everybody else, but Vinny found Liam Neeson.
Well played, Winston. Oh, Vinny, Jen, you guys played phenomenally together. What was it like playing together for this first time in terms of, finding your chemistry?
I had a good time. I mean, my last partner, Owen Mugen, he took $20 out of my wallet and disappeared from the league. Nobody's seen him since. Jen's fantastic. I only respect like 3 people in this league, and Jen is like 2 of them. She's been around for years, and she's had to be on the sidelines knowing that she's just better than like most people in the league. I didn't even know what the Schmoedown was like 6 months ago. So she's taught me so much. She's been around and just like had to stew in the fact that she gets questions right all the time. So to have her as a partner, I'll take it.
What do you think you guys are going to take away from this loss today? Considering you guys played so well
lost.
together,
They
what
missed
is there to
2
learn from this
questions.
match?
The entire match.
I mean, honestly, we did really well today. So, like, I've
That's
never
a-
had a
that's
bad
an
game. That's the
accuracy
thing.
most
I feel
people
like
would
I've become like an
kill
unofficial
for,
jobber.
and they
So,
still
like,
lost.
whenever I play, people play their best. So, like, you're welcome. But like, the 2 of us, we work really well together. Like, Vinny's just a really chill guy, and I think that really helps me calm down in certain moments. And Winston is just, I don't need caffeine when I got Winston on my side. So yeah, I'm just really excited to have him as a faction leader. So, but yeah, like they just came out and they blew us away today because they were just on. So my apologies to Ed Harris. And yeah, it probably wasn't the best choice to pick 11 because I picked it for Julian Edelman and he retired this year. So that's what I get for that.
There's that, and I think the big takeaway that both of y'all, I hope you see the writing on the wall. I mean, we talked about this. We've watched tape on both of them, and that DreamWorks is definitely a strength for them. And again, and I said it screaming at the time, so if I say it calmly now, that was a strength and they dropped the ball. You got opponent's choice, and you held to the point where they had to go in and handle business to finish this game out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you showed how much of a force the two of you are. And I can't stress it enough, Vinny. You were the only person that got the Black Cinema question right. Everybody was giving you crap for that first game. The dot
I didn't put it in because I've been told not to do that.
The only reason I didn't come in and challenge that is because I would have never heard the end of the ticky tack foul and blah blah blah. And why you letting that slide? But like, Vinny, you need to go ahead. Dot, son. You put
like
the dots on.
It's like the dot next to the asterisk next to everyone else's correct answer.
Get him.
Oh, well, a tough loss today, though. Winston, who are you looking for them playing next? You know, obviously this isn't the end of them. So where do you go from here?
Of course not. I mean, there's Roxy said it earlier. There's a lot of good young teams in here. So, if any of them want to step up and get smacked around, I'm more than happy to let that happen. I mean, I heard that the press room did pretty well. I feel like we could take it to them. Hell, the way they played right now, I know this sounds wild to say, they could take out Danger Zone. I know that sounds like a tall order, but they could do it. And the main reason why is you see how the two. See, Vinny's mad at me now. Like,
no, I said, I agree. I said, let's do it right now.
Oh, I thought you said great.
Jen's like,
hold up.
But real talk, we're ready to play anybody that wants to step up and get handled. Because again, 33 points in a debut, like that's nothing to shake a fist at. You know what I'm saying? They clearly are a force to be reckoned with. So bring them on. Whoever wants to play, we're ready for it.
And by the way, Jen, it's enhancement talent because what you guys do is make everyone else rise to the occasion to play you guys. So one day or another, you'll get yours, girl. I promise.
Andrew, I struggle with what is more surprising, the hate that Ed Harris is getting or the fact that Winston Marshall's favorite Ed Harris movie is Stepmom. You want to run with that?
Gone Baby Gone was in there. That movie was phenomenal. You even heard his teammates talking about The Rock, but
The Rock,
we'll let them figure that out back at Swag headquarters. The other thing that I think they should figure out is calling out former
Swag
champions,
quarters.
3, 4, 5-time champions, and Ben Bateman and Dan Murrell as a team calling out Danger Zone. But you know what? I understand why he has so much faith in his squad. We did see a lot of great stuff out of both the Ice Pick and, of course, the meme queen, Jen Kemp. And like she said, she played a great game today. These two are definitely going to be seeing a lot more of teams matches. And with a losing score of 33, that used to be a record, by the way, back in the day. A losing score of 33.
Yeah, that's true. That was the points record.
Yeah, pop quiz, nothing to hang their heads about whatsoever. You get ready for the next match, and you want the taste of victory so bad. They're going to get there. Who got there today was Chaos Theory with an equally impressive performance. And that is going to do it for us here today. Andrew and myself encourage you to go check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. We are so excited to be opening back up to live events sooner rather than later. You can get tickets right now at the schmoedownlive.com. Whole lot of fun surprises in store when you go there and when you become a member of our Patreon. That is Andrew. I am Mark. Thanks to Jen Sturger, Christian Harloff, the Skybound team behind the scenes, our head writer PJ Campbell and his incredible staff. Swag played tremendously well today, as did the Stars, and a special shout out to you, the fans, particularly Mr. Ed Harris. Ed, we love you. Have a great day. And for everyone else, that'll do it for us here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
I love you, Ed.
Yeah. All the love for and support in the world for Ed Harris. So, I only got 8 questions right. So, who the hell am I? And it's mostly because of the DreamWorks questions. If you notice, I got 5 points in the round 1, and then 3 in the DreamWorks ones, and that's DreamWorks. Like, out of all the animated categories, that one is the one I tend to do the least good at. But, I didn't get a single point in the Ed Harris questions, and not a single point in round 3. So, yeah, congratulations to Chaos Theory. I mean, they prove why they are playing as good as they are. I mean, Jacoby Bancroft got a lot of hype before being drafted by the Stars this season. Nick Harley shows why he was drafted all the way from the FCL. And like I said, I mean, they missed 2 questions, Pop Quiz did. And other than the little miss with the Trolls question, Chaos Theory also went perfect. So you can't really fault anyone for playing as well as they did and still either winning or losing. It was a great match by two great teams, and I'm so sorry I've missed it for as long as I did. So yeah, I'm gonna hopefully try to really catch up and narrow the gap with all the Schmoedown matches that I've missed. But right now I have to go and get ready for work. So I'll see you next time I can watch a Schmoedown match and react to it. So see you next time. Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody! I really hope you enjoyed this video, cause I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.